How to read Annual Report 10K. Hello, and welcome to our channel Pursuit of Wealth. This channel is your ultimate destination for learning about finance and wealth, investing and crypto, informational and educational trends in finance management. If you are someone who wishes to become wealthy and are looking for smart money management options, then we are fortunate to have found each other. Reading a 10K or an annual report can be a hectic task because it contains much information about the company. But it is important for the people who are looking to invest in a company. An annual report gives you a complete picture of the company's performance, including the ins and outs of its business for the current year. It is also important because analyzing a business or an organization deeply is an intelligent investing approach that helps us determine its financial health. The details included in a 10K also help an investor to know about the risk factor, the company's performance, and how well it meets its financial goals. In short, it is the most important way for investors to know about the financial state of a company. And the purpose of an annual report is to attract more investors also by showing the best light without disrupting the SEC or Securities and Exchange Commission regulations. These are the things and much more that you can understand by reading an annual report or 10K of a company. The good news is that you don't have to be a financial expert to understand this document or the information it contains. Well, in today's video, we will be discussing how you can read an annual report effectively so you can understand all the details about a company or organization's performance. So, without wasting time, let's get straight into it. First, let's understand what exactly an annual report is. An annual report, or 10K, is a detailed management disclosure and financial report of a business on an annual basis. It also includes the current condition and operations of a company, which can be really beneficial for stakeholders or investors to decide about working or investing in it. This annual report is often divided into two sections. The first section of the report consists of the company's narrative on its performance over the last year. It also contains the statements for forward-looking key figures, graphics, charts, photos, and letters to shareholders from CEO and CFO. And the second section separates the narrative from the whole picture and depicts it in several financial statements and documents. Contrary to other financial information or data, annual reports are in the form of editorial and represented in a storytelling form. That's why they are generally designed professionally and utilized as marketing collateral. Each year, these reports are shared with the shareholders before the election of the board of directors and before the meeting of the annual meeting of shareholders. Most of the time, the reports are also publicly shared on the company's website so that more people can access them. Now let's understand the difference between an annual report and a 10K report. Mostly, they are considered the same, and companies can also merge these reports. And generally, companies have to file both these reports to the US SEC. But if we compare, the annual report is a bit shorter and includes things like the overview, illustrations of the financials, and letters from the CEO, pretty much what we have discussed. However, the 10K report is a bit longer and contains more information, and it is also submitted to the SEC. Well, there is similar data in both these reports, but they are separate. The reason why 10K reports are long is that they include a complete description of the company's fiscal activity, risks, operations, market performance, and corporate agreements. That's why 10K reports are denser and also contain additional and strict requirements than a traditional annual report. Well, the investors should read a 10K filing before investing in any company, so it is important to know about the components of the report. Usually, a report starts with a thorough description of the business, summary, letters, and other audited documents. Now, let's have a look at the things in more detail that are included in an annual report. Generally, annual reports contain company's accounting policy. This section comprises an overview of the company's policy. It includes the policies which are followed over the year, and they are covered while preparing the annual report. Management discussion and analysis. The annual report also contains a comprehensive analysis of the company's performance, and it is conducted by the executives. Letters to shareholders. Annual reports include letters from the president or CEO to the shareholders. These letters offer an extensive overview of the yearly performance and activities. It includes a reflection of the company's business environment as well. Letters can also be from the other key figures like CFOs. Report of the auditor. This is an important component of a 10K or an annual report that tells the compliance of the company with GAAP, or Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, while making its financial statements. A quick reminder, if you've enjoyed the video so far, consider subscribing, as we frequently upload such informative and educational videos. Let's continue. Audited financial statements. This financial document explains the financial performance of a company. Mostly, these audited statements include cash flow statements, equity statements, balance sheets, and income statements. Financial data summary. This document includes the discussions or any notes on the described financial statements. These are the major information or the things included in the annual 10K filing. But to get the most out of the report, you should go for some key elements rather than wasting time on other details. Although all the information included in a report is useful for investors and other individuals. However, financial statements are more vital or key elements for potential investments, because these investments include the information or data that is not obscured by any kind of opinion or narration. As we mentioned earlier, some of the financial statements are included in annual reports. You should focus on evaluating the following most essential statements that are cash flow statements, income statements, and balance sheets. The first statement that you should evaluate is the balance sheet, because it describes all the assets, liabilities, equities, and ownerships of a company. It also illustrates the overall financial health and position of a business. The next important thing is the income statement. It includes expense accounts and revenue of the organization over a period. This statement allows you to measure financial performance more clearly. Businesses can make an income statement that describes the story of the financial activity of the firm over a specific period. Another statement that can provide significant details about the operations of a business is the cash flow statement. As the name suggests, these statements provide comprehensive details about the cash of a business for a certain accounting period. Cash flow statements represent all the areas in which a business has used or received cash. They are crucial for valuing the businesses and controlling liquidity because they help us to understand where the cash is being generated and where it is utilized. To cut it short, cash flows provide us with information about the sources of cash inflows and the utilization of cash outflows. Well, these three documents, or the financial statements, help you to know about the financial status and health of an organization. And all of these statements are covered in the annual reports or 10K filings. Moreover, if you read the annual report with the editorial information, you get a decent understanding of the company's business overall. Besides being an investor, reading annual reports can also be beneficial if you are an employee of a company and want to understand things, because it helps you understand the type of company, its operations, profits and losses, growth, expansion of the business, revenues, etc. So this way, not only do you understand the company, but it will also help you in understanding its future. There are also some other sections that you should focus on while reading the annual reports. Well, risk factors are really significant before considering a company to invest in. In this section, the company explains the risk factors that are associated with their business. That's why it is an extremely important section that you should read and understand, because the factors included in this section can stop the company from providing the desired returns. Usually, when you plan to invest, you set some objectives that you think can be achievable. The objectives can include the profitability goals or cash flow goals, just to name a few. But the risks can prevent your investment from reaching the desired returns. Therefore, you must go through the risks mentioned by the company in their report. And these risks can be different according to the companies and the nature of their businesses. Another important section that you should not miss is the MDNA, or Management Discussion and Analysis. It is the most telling and an important part of the annual report, according to some investment gurus. As discussed earlier, MDNA provides an overview of the company's performance over the year, and guides investors with the information that tells what things are behind the success and failure of the business in the last year. In addition, there is also a comparison of the performance over 3 years. It also contains some helpful materials like graphics for explaining the strategy of the management to increase profits and grow the business in the future. You should also pay attention to the factor that is preventing the business from growing in the future in this section. Furthermore, look if there are reductions in the profit rates often and see what the company is doing to increase the profitability rate. MD&A section is also good for knowing the key indicators of the business, like scope of a business in the industry. So, these are the things that are important while reading an annual report. Though for some people, the whole report is good for information purposes as an investor, you should focus on the specific parts, like understanding the business, its financial data, risk factors, financial statements, and management discussion and analysis. It doesn't mean other information in the reports is not useful. Instead, focusing on the above things will not only help you read them efficiently, but also help you determine whether it requires further attention or not. That's pretty much it for the video. We hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to share your thoughts with us in the comments down below. Also, if you have any questions, please ask. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and press the bell icon for more amazing content about wealth management and finance-related videos. Success is coming your way. Keep your doors open. See ya till the next time.